We continue exploring Cody Sanchez's Main Street Millionaire, a book that outlines her method of building wealth by acquiring and operating profitable small businesses. As many readers have pointed out, this strategy is not as simple as it sounds, especially in China, where we haven't yet reached the stage where masses of small businesses are shutting down simply because their owners are retiring. So consider this more as inspiration than a direct path. It may spark new ideas, or you might even consider acquisitions in the US or Japan. Sanchez's book is already a highly distilled version of her practical experience, and what we present here is an even more condensed summary. Learning from books is no substitute for real practice. If you intend to try this path, you'll need much more study, research, and hands-on experience. That said, understanding the overall mindset and principles is still valuable. If you want to take this seriously as a career path, you must devote considerable time and energy. Sanchez recommends spending 3 months learning the business landscape, followed by 9 months to search for and close your first acquisition. You'll need to look at many companies, perhaps evaluate hundreds before finding one that fits. Even then, negotiations may fail, and you'll have to start over. Your first purchase should be done cautiously. Once you acquire the business, spend 12 months running it to the point where it operates smoothly without your constant involvement. So all in all, your first acquisition will take 2 years. Basically the time it takes to get an MBA. There's no need to rush. Patience is everything. If you get the first one right, the rest will come more easily, and you'll be able to acquire more businesses in succession. Currently, there doesn't seem to be a website as convenient as real estate platforms that connects small business owners with buyers. This, in itself, could be a business opportunity. Sanchez suggests relying on in-person observations and introductions. Maybe you're impressed by a service you use. Maybe you pass by a shop that looks promising. Maybe someone introduces you because you've been telling everyone you're looking to buy a business. In any case, don't hesitate to strike up a conversation with the owner. No one minds hearing, "I'd like to talk about buying your business." Once you identify a target, the next step is financing. The first mindset shift: capital is not scarce. Especially now, if you have a good project and good credit, banks are happy to lend. However, bank loans can be expensive. The best method for acquiring a small business is called the Profit Payback Method. In simple terms, you agree on a total purchase price with the seller, but you don't pay it all up front. Instead, you make a down payment and then pay the rest over time, with interest, out of the company's future profits. This drastically reduces your financial burden. For the seller, getting paid in installments can reduce tax liabilities. But more importantly, some businesses simply won't sell any other way. There are very few buyers willing to pay a large lump sum up front. Sanchez gives this example. A friend of hers bought a business for $500,000. Here's the deal. Total price, $500,000. Annual profit, $200,000, roughly $16,000 per month. Down payment, 10%, $50,000. Monthly payments, $4,000 over 10 years, with interest. Buyer's monthly net profit after repayments, $10,000. The buyer gets a profitable business, and the seller receives a retirement plan. A lump sum and steady passive income for a decade. It's a win-win. Sellers typically ask for 50 to 70% upfront. Sanchez recommends offering 10 to 50%, so you'll have to negotiate depending on how hard the business is to sell. Suggested repayment terms range from 3 to 10 years. About 60% of small business acquisitions are done through the Profit Payback Method. Sanchez also describes other financing methods, but due to space, we won't cover them here. The key point is, use financing. Avoid spending too much of your own money. Now that you've acquired the business, it's time to manage it. Managing a business is fun. You call the shots, control the resources, implement ideas as you like, and everything you do is aimed at making money. But don't rush into operations yourself. Ownership gives you the luxury of hiring someone better at running the business than you. That person is the operator, the general manager. You're the owner or chairman. Once you have an operator, you can step back and pursue new acquisitions. Ideally, the operator should have industry-specific experience and be capable of handling day-to-day operations. Strategic decisions and reforms remain your job. Sanchez recommends paying your operator well. Ideally, each business you acquire should generate at least $200,000 in annual profit. Enough for you and the operator to each earn $100,000. That six-figure salary keeps things professional and motivates high performance. Also consider bonuses, equity incentives, and loyalty rewards for 3, 5, and 10-year milestones to retain talent long-term. But here's the problem. Before you bought the business, the operator was the owner, who took home all the profit. Now that profit is split between two people. Is that sustainable? So the following strategies assume you want to grow. To ensure a smooth transition, Sanchez recommends asking the previous owner to stay for a few months post-sale, on payroll if needed, to train the new operator. Here's the timeline. Days 1 to 30. The new operator shadows the former owner, observing everything from open to close. They document every repeatable task to build an operations manual. Days 31 to 60. The operator co-manages with the previous owner. They make decisions together and refine the manual. Days 61 to 90. The operator runs the business independently while the previous owner observes, corrects mistakes, and answers questions. Managing a small business isn't rocket science. 3 months is enough. In the end, you have a trained operator and a manual. Most small businesses don't have documentation. But with a manual, switching operators or selling the business becomes much easier. Meanwhile, you should also immerse yourself in the business. Here's your 3-step process. 1. Months 1 to 2. Observe and understand the business deeply. Not just daily tasks, but the business essence. Who's critical? What's the sensitive data? What are the hidden issues? 2. Month 3. Systematize operations. Build an SOP manual, and set up a performance dashboard. What are the KPIs? Who's responsible for what? How is performance tracked? 3. Days 90 to 120. Focus on 3 things only. How money flows into your account, who the key people are, and where minor changes can improve efficiency. By this point, you should understand where the value lies and start thinking about how to grow it. Most people only understand their narrow professional niche. But if you aim to continuously acquire small businesses, you must develop broader and more flexible business instincts. You'll think about cost reduction, talent acquisition, client acquisition strategies, and organizational structure. Operators may be better at specific tasks, but you are more visionary. You understand cash flow and strategic layout. That is the joy and power of ownership. How to grow the business? Sanchez's first tip: raise prices. Increase prices by 5 to 30% as soon as you take over. Most businesses don't adjust prices often enough. Another tip: offer tiered services. Low, mid, and high-end. With a very expensive top tier to make the mid-tier seem like a smart choice. Sanchez emphasizes a widely underrated truth. It's far more profitable to sell more to existing customers than to acquire new ones. For example, if your cleaning service only does interiors, why not offer exterior cleaning and pool maintenance? Existing customers already trust you and are open to value-added services. Wealthy clients especially are happy to pay more for premium service. Could your laundry shop offer home pickup, custom cleaning, and professional folding? Could your car wash offer elite unlimited memberships? Could your accounting firm offer a white glove concierge plan? Most retiring owners aren't good at modern marketing, so there's huge potential in attracting new clients. Online ads and short videos are especially powerful. One power washing company records every job, edits the footage, and posts it on YouTube. People love watching those satisfying videos. This brings in clients and ad revenue. Does your company have a website? Is it updated often? If it includes real customer testimonials, it will help you convert more leads. Manage customer reviews on major platforms too. One basic yet often ignored business rule: respond to customer calls within 5 minutes. This increases your conversion rate by 20 times compared to replying after 30 minutes. Which means you need a receptionist. Or use AI. The average small business takes 47 hours to return a voicemail. Imagine the opportunity here. After 90 days of operation, look for ways to add revenue streams. For example, install vending machines inside your laundromat. As the business grows, you'll need to study management. With 50 employees, consider hierarchical structures or creating a team leader system. After about 200 days, your company should be a stable profit generator. Now you can consider acquiring your second and third companies. Sanchez herself owns over 100 small businesses. In the beginning, stay focused. Once you're established, diversify. Buy companies in various sectors. If one of them becomes big enough to attract larger buyers, you can exit with a hefty profit. Of course, not everyone can follow this path. But some people have done it and succeeded. Sanchez even frames it as a moral mission. As a Main Street entrepreneur, you're resisting Wall Street domination. Big corporations and multinationals want to control the world. Your very existence is a form of rebellion. Entrepreneurs like you support employment, serve local communities, and create real value. Unlike Wall Street, which chases hype and manipulates capital. That's the end of this book summary. I hope you found it useful. Wishing you joy and prosperity ahead. That's it for today's content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.